Hi, Ask Auntie Tan here. Um, Today's video is not the one that I had planned to put up, and I apologize now that there was no video yesterday because we had no internet yesterday. Um, and I really wanted to put this up there because this is, I'm sure, something that will be affecting all of us. And I would like to make it clear from the beginning that I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist. I'm not a counselor. I'm not a medical professional. I'm none of those things. So everything that I'm talking about comes from my own lived experience, and it's my opinion. So please, if you do feel that you need to have medical intervention, go for it. I'm not the person to talk to. Everything that I say here is from me. It's not to do with, it's my opinion. It's not necessarily the way doctors go about things. So what I wanted to talk about today is we are living in really crazy times. I mean, hello Ukraine. I mean, just we're in a pandemic and somebody decides to start a war. What I do think is that a lot of us may be concerned and worried and depressed, and it will affect our mental health. This kind of thing does affect your mental health. So how do you remain sane in a time like this? Well, I wish I had all the answers. I wish I could tell you, well, this is the recipe, follow the recipe, you'll be fine. I don't have a recipe. I don't have an answer. I don't have anything for you on this. All that I can do is tell you what I've been doing for me, which I find helpful. And if you know me well, the next thing that I'm going to say, and you know my job, the next thing I'm going to say is going to sound a little bit weird coming from me, but I am going to say it now. Try to limit your access to the news. I'm not saying stay uninformed. I think in today's world it's impossible to remain uninformed with Facebook and Twitter and all that. So news will find you, but limit your time on the news channels. Don't let it become an obsession where you are logging in every hour to have a look at what's going on. Limit your access to news to at least just once a day or once every second day. The news will find you. It's okay. And the reason why I'm saying this is that when you become completely obsessed with the news, it actually does have a negative effect on your mood and on your mental illness. So please limit your access as much if you can. If you're doing the job I'm doing, that might be a little bit tougher, but just do what you can to limit that access. The other thing that I have been doing is talking to people. I haven't spoken to my counselor yet, but I will. She's on the list. But talk to people about how you're feeling. Tell them how this is making you feel. Don't keep it all bottled up. Even if you feel you can't turn to a member of your family or to your friends, then turn to your spiritual counselor or spiritual advisor, your pastor, your rabbi, your guru, your sangoma, and talk to them about how you're feeling, because getting this out is actually a really, really good idea. And what I do is I make art, I write in my journal, and that I find helps me. Um, yes, I do find that I'm praying a lot more. I know, um, but if that is something that brings you comfort, do that. If prayer brings you comfort, engage in prayer. That is absolutely fine. Um, and if there is something practical that you can do, I know that Gift of the Givers is taking donations for the Ukraine, for humanitarian relief. And I believe there's also a lot of people who are booking Airbnbs in Ukraine, then cancelling and telling them no, they don't want the money back, so that these Airbnbs can be a place where people can go if they've been displaced by the war. So if you have something practical that you can do, like giving to the Gift of the Givers or whatever it is, then do that. Because situations like this can make us feel so incredibly powerless and helpless. And the reality is that sitting here in my little office in South Africa, there is very little that I can actually physically do to actually go out and stop the war or stop the pandemic. All I can do for the pandemic is go for my booster shot, and keep my mask on and sanitize. All I can do for the war is make a donation to Gift of the Givers so that somebody can benefit from the humanitarian aid. At this point in time, I don't have the capability of actually doing anything practical to help stop the war. I mean, how can we stop a war, really? I mean, all of us. Hmm? Um, but there are things that we can do to help mitigate the pandemic, which is vaccinate, masks on, sanitize, wash hands, social distance. And what I will say, I don't have any terribly encouraging words at the moment. I have to be honest because I think this is affecting all of us, and I don't want to just say be strong, but I do think that we need to take care of ourselves. So my message then would be take care of you, so that you can find your own courage within yourself to keep moving forward. And that'll be this very short video for today. Thank you.